Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to our video. Today's video, we're here for ReZero Season 4, Episode 4. Last episode was peak as fuck. I got the lucky chance to watch it early. Normally, I have to go to my job, and then I come back and watch after, which is what I'm doing today. And so the videos get posted significantly later than they've aired, but I was able to record it and immediately edit it and get it posted, which was fucking awesome, and the video did outstanding. It was like, I think, my fastest video to ever hit 1,000 likes. It did that shit in like 3 days, and it's now in my like top 10, top 15 most viewed videos of all time in like a week. Crazy. Like, holy shit. It was an insane episode, so it makes sense. And with that episode came a lot of intrigue and such. Buckle down, we're gonna be here for a minute. I've got quite a bit to talk about when it refers to last episode, and I'm going to go to a Discord conversation that we had in the Discord. I believe we pinned the convo. Okay, I'll just be blunt and start with the base statement of our theorizing, and then I will go from there. So I thought about it some more while I was editing, and then shortly thereafter I posted. I was thinking about it, about the doors and the random pathway that had strong miasma, but the other pathway doesn't. One pathway leads to a tower, the other leads to random walls, and I thought it makes no sense for that to be like a trap. It makes no sense. And the miasma also made it suspect. And so, just bluntly saying it, I think that pathway leads to Satella's sealed location. As far as we know, the watchtower is, as said, a watchtower. The left path leads to a watchtower, and that watchtower watches over Satella's sealed location, which appears to be underground. And the left pathway took us into the bottom of the tower, where there was a like a maw beast like collection area, where this like centaur thing looks like it kills maw beasts that end up down there. Or that get too close to the tower. And the right path is, per a comment, they were walking for like a day, which is fucking insane. And so that must be far away from the tower, because I don't think the left path was as lengthy, but supposedly the right path during that loop, they'd been walking for like a day. And so there's that, and then also, there's a translation error with the Muse Asia subtitles that was apparently quickly fixed, but I had gotten like an early rendition of the episode, and so it wasn't. They traversed through 3 doors and got stuck on the 4th, and that is important for a little bit here in a minute of this conversation. I'm also going to apologize, and I will probably say it again at the beginning of the video. I am running off of less than 4 hours of sleep, so if I am a little all over the place, delirious, whatever, I apologize. My thoughts are scrambled, and I had a lot to talk about coming to this video, and I'm going to try my best to cover everything that I wanted to cover. Anyway, I think that is Satella's resting place. I think, not resting place because she's not dead, that is her sealed location. And with said sealed location, the reason that the miasma got so strong gets explained by that being the case. The miasma is already strong in these dunes because this tower, the Pleiades Tower, is near Satella's sealed location. So this whole dunes area is already miasma filled, stronger than your average location, but these gates specifically are opened and you get hit by a ton of miasma. What makes sense here is that each of these gates is in a way like a ventilation system. It is trapping the miasma in, and every gate that they opened was letting out more and more miasma. Her miasma is so strong in her sealed location that it already seeps out into the dunes in the nearby areas, and these gates keep it locked up as much as possible. And I also suppose I should clarify, I don't think we're coming back here anytime soon. I literally don't see us like touching that for a long time. We just, by happenstance, ended up right in front of Satella's fucking sealed location. I don't think we'll be coming back there for a long time because I don't think Subaru or anyone is going to realize that that's what that pathway was. One, because nobody else would be able to realize that Subaru's the only one who would be able to do so. Another thing, the 3 gates that Subaru passed through, in theory, how many... It could be a thing of up until that point, Subaru was on his 3rd return by death within that area. This I don't think is the case, but I'm tossing it out there anyway as a theory. Subaru was on his 3rd loop since he had passed the sand times, since he had gotten into the radius of the tower. He was on his 3rd loop and he was able to get through 3 gates. I don't know if maybe presumably a certain number of return by deaths have to occur before Subaru can keep opening further gates and make it all the way in. Not that it would really be possible right now anyway, given how bad the miasma was after just 4. After just 3, they were dying and killed each other. I have another theory that I think stands a little bit stronger, but is still not super probable. Because return by death is not a witch factor, it is an ability given to Subaru by Satella, which I don't think there's an envy witch factor or anything like that. That's not something that's been discussed, I don't believe. But another theory that we discussed was the plausibility that every new witch factor that Subaru gets allows him to pass through another gate. Return by death being one, which, like I said, I'm not sure if that makes any sense. But then he's got sloth and greed as well. It was said when he defeated Regulus, greed, the witch factor of greed entered him, and when he defeated Betelgeuse, obviously we know he has the unseen hand. We don't know what ability he's going to have because of greed, or if he even knows that he has the witch factor of greed. I'm not entirely sure if Subaru even is conscious of the idea that he has that. I don't know, but I truly believe that is the pathway to Satella's sealed location, is that that pathway that they took by happenstance. They were headed right for Satella. That is why the miasma got so strong and such like that. So that is the main thing I wanted to address there. I will probably scroll through this Discord conversation just to be absolutely certain here that was everything I wanted to talk about. The next thing is that I think I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it was Shala shooting at them. I'm pretty damn certain at this point. A lot of people have convinced me of that my theory was incorrect. Number one, Ram could use her clairvoyance and see through the eyes, which means it has to be a living creature. Like I said, it could have been a sentient defense system, but it's more likely she looked through Shala's eyes, and Shala was so powerful that it immediately made Ram bleed because she tried to use her clairvoyance on her. And there's also the thing that the centaur creature was literally killed by the same exact, what looked like the same exact needle blasts that had killed Subaru and targeted them earlier on as well. So it's not a super far-fetched theory that Shala was shooting at them. Reasonably so. She seems to be in defense of the tower here, but then she hit him with an "I found you," and she's done that twice now, which is very interesting. So I don't know what changed, why she stopped firing at them, what exactly changed in regard to that. Maybe she will talk about that in this episode, because she did find us at the end of the last episode. I also have another theory. The guy that we see in the opening, I believe that is the Sword Saint from the same party that was mentioned that sealed Satella. So the same party being Shala, the Divine Dragon, and the Sword Saint. I believe that is him. He's probably dead. I don't, but he's there in the opening, which makes me think someone in our party is going to run into him. I believe the other faction of our party that got split from us is, due to the rift, maybe going to run into some area where they run into him or something like that. When I try to think of possibilities for why he could be in the opening, because it shows Shala, which our group has run into, and I don't think it's impossible that they are going to run into him. And also, like, I don't think it impossible that he's alive. If Shala's alive, why couldn't he be alive? But then again, he looks like he's from the Von Austria family, so you would think maybe he died to pass down the divine protection that they have. I think that's what it's called, that family has. But I don't know. I don't know if he's alive or dead, but he's in the opening, and I think he's part of the Von Austria family given his character design. And I think he is that first sword saint from all the way back in that party. First sword saint? Did the subtitle say first sword saint? Am I just making that? I might just be making that up. The sword saint from the party 400 years ago that sealed Satella. I think, whether dead or alive, I think the other faction is going to run into him. Maybe that's where this episode will pick up. Maybe the Shala stuff will be pushed to like a later episode, and we are going to pick up with the rest of our party wherever they got transported to. The rift might have brought them somewhere similar to, if he is dead, a similar thing to the witch's tea party, Echidna's garden, same thing like that, where Echidna and all the witches are dead, but they're all there. Kind of. It's not exactly them, and that's made a poignant point in season 2, is it's not exactly them, but it could be a thing like that, and maybe that's how he's there, or he's alive. I don't know, but I believe our group will run into him. Let's see, is there anything else that I wanted to address? Oh yeah, people were saying that the Anastasia death is actually significantly worse than it's first portrayed. But on a second watch, you can hear how she speaks about herself. Anastasia calls herself Uchi, and Echidna calls herself Boku, I believe. That might be the wrong pronoun that I'm using there, but that is how I believe she refers to herself, and you can hear them switch after she gets cut in half, which means it implies that Echidna died or left her body or something, and Anastasia woke up with her body cut in half, dying. And that's why she was freaking out, screaming, crying, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. That makes that so much worse. Oh my god, that makes that so much worse. Poor girl was in a sleep state and just woke up to death. That's terrifying. Good god. Also, Subaru instinctually knowing their doors makes infinitely more sense if Satella is sealed there. Maybe in a way he is drawn by his will and want to save Satella. His wish that he made to her in the witch's tea party in the garden, that he was going to save her as well. That proclamation that he made is maybe a kind of a driving factor, and of course he's got his return by death as well, that he was instinctually knew that he was heading to Satella without knowing that he was heading to Satella. Like, on instinct he knew, and was drawn to going in that direction, and just knew they were doors via that. Could be something like that. I think that also explains away that little weird bit where Subaru just knew they were doors but the other two didn't, because of his connection to Satella. Let's see, let's keep scrolling. There was a long conversation in here, but here was another line of questioning that I had. I brought up the line of questioning of, like, it begs the question, why are there doors to Satella's seal in the first place? Why would they not seal it off entirely? Why would the people who sealed her, Shala, the Sword Saint, and the Divine Dragon, why would they leave a way out where this guy can come and open a certain number of doors? And I believe it might have been Satella in one last action, leaving a little entryway, and this ties into the whole, like, there's like probably time shenanigans going on with, you know, Satella and Amelia's connection. There's some like possible time travel shit going on there, and maybe that has to do with how she like connected with Subaru in the first place. She knew him. Like the leading theory is Satella is just Amelia from the future gone into the past, I believe is what the theory is for that. I think some people were talking about that in the Discord, and I kind of agree, but I would need to look more deeper into what the theory they were talking about was. I think I might have talked about that last episode as well, but alas, that ties into some of the time travel shit that maybe like Satella knew, or something like that, that Subaru would be coming, and left this tiny little scapegoat that people who aren't connected to her in the way that he is wouldn't be able to know. To them, to any other normal person, it's just a wall that was put up, but Satella made it openable via like a door by Subaru. So something like that would make sense, or is possible, I suppose. I'm thinking that might be all I wanted to discuss, but there was a fucking lot. Also, some people said that Subaru did not recover immediately as quickly as maybe the anime portrayed him to from the death that occurred. I already said it didn't look like he recovered super quickly. He was huddling his legs and not rocking, but he was huddling his legs and kind of had to sit there for a minute and was just calmly asking questions. And he was very cautious around them going forward. And a lot of people in the comments said it was made a little clearer in the light novel that he was still kind of being affected by the miasma a little bit coming out of that, and it was making him paranoid and he was freaking out, and he didn't restore his full faith and trust in them again until Ram saved his life. Whenever Ram stepped in front of him to protect him, that is when he fully kind of regained his senses and trust in his comrades. Which yeah, it's not very super visible in the anime, but there is moments that show Subaru is, you know, obviously being absurdly cautious around them and stuff like that. Okay, is that all I wanted to say? I've been talking for 20 minutes. I'm trying to think if there is anything else I want to say. I don't think so, but I had a lot to talk about. I mentioned this in my comment under the video. I commented and I said, we've been talking a lot in the Discord. I'm gonna have a lot to yap about next video. There you go, 20-minute intro. So it was a fucking amazing episode. The lore continues to deepen. I have so many questions. It's time to meet Shala. We're finally going to talk to her, and I'm sure I'm going to have even more questions and theory crafting to go on during this video. So it's going to be a long video. Strap in. Let's get to it. Per usual, if you ever to check out the Patreon and Discord, links are in the description below. As far as the Discord goes, you talk about current anime, past anime, current manga, past manga, and have non-anime conversations as well. And as far as the Patreon goes, you get exclusives and uncuts to all my reactions. So, if you ever to check out either of those, over your own will. Now, I've heard us up straight into ReZero Season 4, Episode 4. The fuck is going on here? That is so loud! Regulus, what the fuck? What are you doing here, you fucking loser? You're a little lucky and now you're acting like a big shot. Betelgeuse is here too? I mean, this is the two that Subaru's defeated and has their witch factors. Does that have something to do with why these two are here? Or is Subaru like having a nightmare and more enemies are about to show up? Oh, wretched, nothing more than a byproduct of self-satisfied longing. Going until you're satisfied. What the oh, this is Betelgeuse. He's bowing. I couldn't tell for a second. Such fervent diligence. I love that they brought him back in to do Betelgeuse. Truly one of the best VA performances I've heard in my entire life. Like, absolutely amazing. That's part of what made episode 15 as phenomenal as it is his voice acting is literally unreal. It's so good. Okay, of course. Blatant infringement of your rights. Blah, 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 blah. Shut up! Why do I have to listen to you speak? I'll listen to Betelgeuse, not you. Who desires nothing more than to quietly enjoy a modest, ordinary life. Oh, fuck! okay, this has to be in Subaru's mind, right? Like Satella's in here, Betelgeuse is in here, and Regulus is in here. Satella, by Return by Death, is connected to Subaru, and both Betelgeuse and Regulus, he got witch factors from them, and it seems to have manifested them in his brain. This is the kind of space that he takes whenever he tries to talk about Return by Death. This is the space that Subaru kind of disappears to whenever that occurs, and he's done this before, where he tries to mention Return by Death, and that's actually part of how he beat Betelgeuse. He did that in Satella, and when he tried to reach out to Satella, and she blasted him. Oh my god! Wow. Dude, I mean, like, it's just... Of course, an Aishiteru. Is that Amelia? Oh, never mind! I fucking thought for sure that our group was going to end up split up, and we were going to be with Shala, they were going to be with the Sword Saint guy, but maybe he'll be later in this season or something. No, he's resting on Amelia's lap. He got a little... Oh, and he's back in the carriage, too. What the fuck happened after Shala picked him and ran up? Hi, Amelia. Oh, she's asleep. Oh, I love how you can say I returned by death out loud when nobody's listening. If Amelia was awake, you'd be cooked. Oh, she's holding his hand. That's so adorable! Oh my god! He just heard an ice to do from Satella. Oh, hello, Beako's in here too. 2 nights! Subaru's been passed out for 2 days? Holy shit. She's been... so she literally didn't sleep because Subaru wasn't waking up, and then she ended up just probably literally passing out because she was so exhausted. Oh, I love how he's not letting go of her hand. It's so cute! Okay, now he sets it down. Yeah, where the fuck are we? The carriage is just fine. Joseph is fine. I don't see Petrosh, but I'm assuming she's here as well. What the fuck? Oh, we're inside the tower. I love how he's got to walk around holding Beatrice's hand. I mean, it makes sense if they were ever to be attacked, then yeah. Also, that's another thing I meant to talk about in the intro. You guys explained that Subaru's gate is broken, but his ability to... it was never fixed. His ability to gain and gather mana is not, but because his gate is broken, there's no way to successfully output that mana, and without his contract to Beatrice where she can do it, it goes through her. If for too long he goes without doing that, he will literally die. Like, he will literally pop and explode from over mana pollution and die. Oh my god, she's just standing here. Hello. She does have on those orange and black clothes. Shala. The one who eviscerated the centaur there. Osh-sama. Master, what? Ow! What is happening right now? She's hugging. What? Matt? Oh, Jesus Christ. Please explain, Shala. What the fuck are you talking about? Because I already talked about the Satella Amelia time travel shit, that it just makes me immediately go to, like, there's some time shit going on, or she's maybe reading his, like, his miasma signature, and that is doing something with his, like, you know, stench, the miasma. Maybe that is sending something off that makes her think master. My brain just went to so many places so quickly. This is the what? Beatrice is getting absolutely crushed, and Subaru's also getting crushed. It's been forever. I was so lonely. I recognize her VA too. Ow! Gave you a good Give you a good back popping, Subaru. Who? Oh, I so recognize your VA. Oh, I so recognize it. Power. She's Power. And then there's several other characters she's done recently as well. She's kind of all over the place. Let me. I want to look at some of the other characters. Power is the biggest one that I remember. Shala speaks kind of similarly to Power. Yeah, she's Liz from Let This Grieving Soul Retire. She's Mita from Chain Soldier? What? That is absurd range if that is the case. Yeah, Power. She's Kikoru from Kaiju number 8. Sirius Symboli? What? Sirius Symboli has like the deepest voice. That's from Uma Musume, by the way. Character from Uma Musume. It's like the deepest voice. No fucking way it's the same VA. She's Liv from Ayonaka Punch. She's Delta from The Eminence and Shadow. Linnea from Mushoku Tensei. Yeah, this girl is all over the place. Many characters. Especially recently. Your cute and adorable disciple Shala? I'm just gonna have to let it play out. There's no way I can figure out why she's calling him master without any extra information. Look at Beatrice pouting down there. Oh my god, you're gonna make Super return by death right now. Help! Amelia, help! Have you already gotten acquainted with Shala? Ow! Were you upset because he's got Beatrice and Shala hugging him? What do you know? We're skipping the opening. Oh my god, she is literally all over him. I had been told, or I suppose, like, I had heard through the grapevine kind of all over the place with the fact that people love Shala. The light novel readers fucking love her. And I guess consider it a spoiler. Not now at this point, but I had heard she was like a quote-unquote Subaru fan. And now with the context calling him master gives me so many questions. But, alright. He woke up and she was doing this. He's just got the most blank face. Is everybody gonna patronize him just because he's got... Have none of you gotten acquainted with Shala? Have none of you talked to her or spoke to her? Badu Perv. My arms snap off. Oh, she wouldn't speak? Oh, she's gonna be quite the quirky type. She only waited to speak until Subaru was here. I want to theorize, but I don't know what to theorize. I don't have any information to go off of why she would be saying this other than my theory about like the miasma, maybe. Or maybe she like knows about Return by Death, but I don't think that's... She knew Satella. Like, she sealed Satella, so maybe she knows about her abilities, but I doubt it. I have no fucking idea. Those were your orders? No matter... She also has a similar personality to Power as well. No matter who asks what, never say more than needed. So you just didn't speak at all? So that's why she was shooting at us! She was shooting, well, one, it was protecting the tower, but I guess maybe after Subaru dodged her snipes, she was like, Master... I'm so lost right now. Unbelievably lost. Could you say the name of your master? You're calling him master. What is the name of your master? I feel like that would help us a lot. If she goes, Subaru, you're my master, but if she says like some other name, maybe it could help me come up with some theories here or something. But yeah, that explains why she was shooting people and such. Number one, Shala seems like quite the eccentric type. Whoever this master is might have told her to do that for her own good so she wouldn't speak too much. because she seems like she might be the type to do so. But also, fill them with holes instead seems to be her ideology, because she sniped and killed you twice. But it's like maybe to her master is the only person who could dodge her snipes or get this close to the tower, and like the rift breaking, maybe that tipped her off more, because she said, I found you twice. Like, I don't. Finally. Yeah. Has being alive for 400 years drove you crazy, or were you always this quirky? Something tells me it's always been the case if whoever her master was told her to not speak. There you go. For the sage Shala? What? You're not the sage? You're just Shala? You're not Shala the sage? What's the difference? Coins. Holy Gold's got the Divine Dragon, Gold's got the First Sword Saint, and Silver's got the Sage. The three people who, sealed Satella and are considered the heroes of Lagunica. That's why they're on the coins. He's the spitting image of Master. Personality? No problem. That's a hold on. Her master is someone from Earth. No problem sounds like something Subaru would say in this world, and everybody in this world would go, huh? He's done that on several occasions where he's made a reference to Earth and people have gone, I don't know what the fuck you're saying. Her master is a not reincarnate. Subaru's not reincarnated. We've never heard of reincarnates in this world. Al's also not a reincarnate. He also got brought here, as far as we understand. People who've gotten transported to this world. Her master is one of those people, for fucking sure. That immediately tells me that. But also Subaru just adopting that he's master at this point. He's just like, he and I. Ram in the back looking displeased about the situation. Which also, if she's saying they're identical in personality, but not in looks, then it has to be a different person, right? A different person who's just similar in the way they act to Subaru. But then why would she have picked up and said, "Your master, I've been waiting so long for you," like it's the same person, if the whole thing about my brain. If the whole thing she's implying there is that they aren't the same person because their looks aren't the same, but then again, the coin might not be accurate to the image in her head either. The coin might not be accurate to that either, but then again, how do you get a personality from a coin? What? Yeah, how exactly can you tell? I literally completely glossed over the fact that she was like, they're similar, not in looks, but and I said personality, and I didn't even for a split second consider the logistics about how that makes no fucking sense. She looked at a coin. Miasma! I was right! I was literally right! The reason that Shala thinks Subaru is her master is that whoever her master was also had Witch's Miasma all over him, which means he was connected to Satella in some way as well. And I'm also already going with the fact that he was also brought into this world. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Things we know about Shala's master. Also, someone brought it from this world with her statement about it's no problem. That's not a phrase you would have in this world. That is 100% a phrase that everybody would look at Subaru and go, what the fuck are you talking about? There's that. And then there is the miasma now. Has the same thing. That's another way that she picked up that Subaru is supposedly this same master. Could only and also, okay, we know that she can sense the miasma. We know there's apparently the anime makes it seem a lot more common than it is to smell the miasma, or to sense the miasma. And at the moment, we only know that Beatrice and Rem can do it. Supposedly it's incredibly rare to be able to do that, and I think that was a line of questioning I had as well from last episode, is why can Rem but why can't Ram? Because they went through a miasma filled hallway, but Ram never noticed anything, but Rem would have if she was there and awake, because she smelled it on Subaru back in season 1. But apparently it's a much more rarer ability than the anime has let on, and it seems that Shala has that capability as well. That could make anyone's nose fall off. She's talking about the miasma Subaru. No! Subaru, please pick up on the fact that she's talking about the miasma. Shala, but you aren't the sage. Yeah. Doesn't like him, though. Stick Swinger Reed. Okay, the Sword Saint's name is Reed. I'm going to assume the name is Reed von Ostrea, and it's the guy from the opening. And Sarcastic Volcanica. We've heard about Volcanica way earlier on as like the dragon protecting Lagunica or something like that. But you're not the sage? You've known them? So who's the sage that worked with them to seal Satella if it isn't you? Okay, I said Reed, it's Raid, but he's dead. So, go back to the beginning discussion, cross off the possibility of him being alive, and let's go with what I said about him being dead. I still think we're gonna run into him. He wouldn't be in the opening for no reason, but that means it has to be a situation where it's like, Echidna's and the Witch's Tea Party, where it's a space where you can meet dead people. It has to be that. He wouldn't die even if he was killed. Technically, how strong was he for you to not even think of him as human? But then what are you? What are you, Shala? Or if you... But then again, she's saying she's not the sage that's been alive for 400 years. She's saying she's just Shala. Whatever that means. Dude, oh my god. I need to let the episode play out. I really just need to let it play out, but I can't. I have so much speculations and questions and shit I want to talk about, but I'm yapping too much. Let's go. Your master's companions, but you don't know. Again! The only Flugel. That name sounds familiar. Where have we heard it? Oh no, I'm forgetting shit. Oh, we've so heard that name. Oh my god. I'm not gonna suddenly remember where we've heard of it. It was probably loosely mentioned, like, at some point in the earlier seasons, like this series loves to do. Just loosely mention little things, little tiny details that become important later on, and I've forgotten them by that point, so you guys will correct me in the comments if we have or haven't heard that name before. I could just be making that up and getting deja vu here, or, what's the word? Psyching myself out into believing I've heard the name before. I don't know. But so, okay. I literally mentioned it earlier. I needed to hear the name of this master so we could know if there's a disconnect here. So the sage is not Shala. The sage is this Flugel person. And this Flugel person also... That means that Shala did not seal Satella. Flugel did, no? It said the Sage, the Sword Saint, and the Divine Dragon sealed Satella. But something happened to where Flugel is not around, and people call Shala the Sage and not him, despite the fact that her calling him the Sage implies that he sealed Satella, also had the miasma on him, smelled bad, as Shala said, and was transported from another world. All of those have to be the case. Which, like, eerily similar circumstances to Subaru, but he was around during the time of Satella, as opposed to Subaru, who is around hundreds of years after that time, but still has a connection to Satella. My brain hurts. Oh my god, this is so much information to take in. They're not even giving much information in the show, but if you're really putting the pieces together here, this is forming a crazy picture of, like... Because we were talking about time stuff with Amelia and Satella, right? How Satella could be Amelia having gone to the past, or because they're identical. My brain. Oh my god, I just gotta let it play out. But I'm already at 45 minutes of raw footage, and I'm 6 minutes into the episode. I have to let this play. The great wise man Flugel. It was mentioned. It fucking was. Rem mentioned it. The name of the guy who planted that tree? I gotta go. I need to pull up season 1. I need to go to where Rem mentioned that so I can see what she said about it. We're gonna do that real quick. It's so long since we've heard Ram speak in the show. Jesus. People have carved their names into the trunk. So Flugel, but he said 2 people. God, the idea that this was from all the way back then. Oh my god. I can't fucking see where it's like right here. I like it's I think it's right here, like the characters, but I cannot fucking see, like, at all what it is. I'd have to brighten up this image and then someone would have to translate it because it's not going to be in a language that I understand. But he also says, looks like people, not looks like a person carved their name, looks like people carved their names. Can I get details about this tree, though? Does Rem not talk about the tree in specifics here, or is that maybe somewhere else? Because I now remember them talking about this tree, and there was a reason it was planted, or like some supposed reason, and there was deeper talks about it. I don't fucking remember. I don't remember. Ah, god damn it. I'm trying to get my roommate to watch ReZero with me, and so maybe I'll be able to rewatch the first 3 seasons here in the coming weeks. But, so it doesn't seem like she's talking specifics. But is that the name that he saw carved in there? They might have talked about it at some other point. I'm not going to find it by scrubbing through the entire director's cut. You guys can mention it in the comments, and then maybe I'll talk about it at the beginning of next episode. So did Subaru, because it just shows this part of the scene, maybe they didn't talk about the tree in depth more, but he recognizes that the carved in name there is Flugel. That's probably what he's coming to, or the connection that he's coming to here, is that the carved in name there is Flugel. People's names, by the way, per what Rem said, unless it's a mistranslation and it's only his name. Okay, we're walking upstairs right now, and people. Oh, Shala's carrying Mei Lee, naked lady. Yeah. To Scorpion Tail. It sounds like Because is Scorpion Tail a hairstyle they would know from here? Once again, I'm questioning if this is another thing that this Flugel, who is obviously from Earth, brought to this world. It looks all broken down there at the bottom. Herman Petrash on the floor above. Oh, so they were up there. Oh, they were probably... Did they get brought up here, like, inside the tower? Like, did they get brought inside the tower immediately? While we got sent underground, and so they set up shop up here. They left Rem and things like that, and then saw the rest of us down there at the bottom. Or maybe did they meet Shala first and Shala led them to us? I don't know. That's a great question. Huh? Oh my god, Petrash! Her eye! She got beat up during the fight against that thing. But also, why were you like acting as if you were struggling with melee, like shaking or something? He's winning over the gratitude. Okay, this girl is interesting already. Yeah, did they make the tower? We haven't exactly figured out. Also, oh my god, if he made the tower's name is Pleiades Tower, which means Subaru. What? It would effectively be called the Subaru's Tower or the Subaru Tower. And if Flugel made this tower and named it that, yeah, we made it inside. She's also talking with like a dialect. I wonder if she learned that from Flugel. Because of how much I love you. So his actual answer was worth like no points. A temporary name for a temporary role. Pleiades Tower was a temporary name? Back to its original role too. All here in the Great Library. Well, we do see Subaru like laying on the floor reading books in the opening. Which we haven't gotten in 2 episodes, by the way. Welcome's your return, Master. Okay. Oh, they like protected him? Or? We know Subaru has high sensitivity to spirits, so they were shocked or something. Whoa. Holy shit. This is such an... I guess it's been 400 years since this tower. Then again, they still didn't... I guess they're kind of confirmed there that Flugel made the tower. But, the tower, in that instance, it's been like 400 years since then. And it doesn't... I guess Shala has not been keeping up with it well, so it's like all overgrown and shit. And we've got like living roots here via spirits. Damn. Isn't Rem like laying on a stone in the opening? Like she's like laying on that stone. So Shala, well, I guess fuck, we were here to get answers about gluttony. Shala's not the sage, so we can't ask her. Can we maybe can we use this library, I guess? Maybe that's gonna be the answer here. Is that's how we find our answer? She protected Subaru during their fight against that centaur thing. Or illnesses of all who enter. Wow. Damn. Neither a wound nor an illness. Yep, figure her out. So yeah, we're not getting answers from Shala because she's not the sage. We gotta go to the library. She's gonna stay here. Or you'll be worried sick. Yeah. Love it. I love Ram and Subaru's dynamic so much. So underrated. Exactly. Thank you, Subaru. Aw, that comment, maybe she was feeling a little useless because, you know how she never horn and she has to be constantly refilled with magic or mana. That was very sweet. Giving immense worth to what she's doing. So yeah, we already concluded this earlier, but yeah, she literally was not, she just targets anyone who gets past the sand dunes, yeah. Yep. Hell snipe. Once again, that sounds like something from Earth. Hello. Yeah, unless... But then again, is it possible that he's not Flugel? We got the whole Amelia Satella, like, weird time shenanigan theory. It's not impossible that she's not lying, but I lean more towards the idea that he is just under oddly similar circumstances to Flugel. But I also don't know, it could be the other. I don't fucking know. I'll just toss both theories out there now. There's a possibility, given the possible time shenanigans going on with Amelia and Satella, that there's something going on with this supposed Flugel and Subaru as well. And maybe they aren't not the same person in some weird... I'd have to really think on that for a while to come up with a theory for how that would function, which is why I lean towards that not really being the case, but I think it's possible. Or they just have very strange similarities with the miasma because of possible connections to Satella and the fact that Flugel sealed her. Maybe that's why he stunk of the miasma, and Subaru has the return by death connection, and that's why he stinks of the miasma. You've said that twice this season. Well, I think he said that while he was dealing with the sniper, did he not? Or was that some other time? I forget. I did everything you said. Oh my god. The dedication you have to do that is unfucking real. Over the sand sea. How are you alive? Are you not a human? How are you alive? I haven't looked at her ears. She doesn't have Amelia. She doesn't have like elf ears or anything. Jesus Christ. Damn. Do not harm us no matter what happens. That little... just that one little eye twitch. You gotta pay so much attention to every detail in this damn show. Oh, Amelia is still just on her back. Now, does Subaru feel bad being like deceiving her, or so we believe? I'm gonna keep tossing that theory out now that I made it, just in case it comes true. Oh god, can we not? Not more tests, please. We had a whole fucking thing about that in season 2, and it was hell. Please, no. How is the right to enter determined? They were trying to get in and they couldn't. Maybe because he has similar attributes to Flugel, it'll let him in? Whoa. What? This is like identical to JJK season 3 episode, lore dump episode. This is identical situation. Not like plot-wise, but like the setting is the exact same. Throws off one's equilibrium. Ooh, there's a thing in the opening when he like reaches out and touches something, and it's like his own hand doing it, and then it like turns around and shows him. Interesting. Is that what this is? Presents us with the riddles. So Shala has the right to enter here, but I guess you have to answer riddles to be let in. Monolith. Isn't that like a... Yeah, I was thinking the modern usage of monolith, which is used to describe massive corporate or technical structures that act as a single, often inflexible entity. That's what I was thinking of, like a monolith, like a governmental monolith, or like a religious monolith, or things like that. But I'll read the other definition that comes up: a massive single geological feature like a mountain or a large singular stone monument, such as an obelisk, that often serve as a unified symbol. So we're looking at a singular stone monument in this case. Yeah, it's exactly what he reaches out to in the opening. Whoa. Alright, let's see these riddles! Jesus Christ! And you're telling me Flugo made this? What magic makes this? Dude, listen, I loved last episode. This might be my favorite episode of the season, purely for all the possible lore that is been implicated within this episode. Great hero destroyed by Shala. Touch upon his grandest splendor. It was like his own voice distorted. Great hero defeated by Shala. That implies this exam knows about Return by Death because he died to Shala twice. Touch upon his grandest splendor. Mm-hmm. He really liked the monolith thing. So you can cancel it? Oh, it asks Julius the exact same question. Yeah. Touch upon the greatest splendor, so it's gotta be one of these doors? Or is it Shala? Touch Shala? Touch Amelia? Satella connection? I don't fucking know. Is that... I wonder how many times she tried this to just press it and then just start pressing every possible stone tablet. I really think it could be a person, no? Like all the stone monoliths are to throw you off and you have to touch a person? I also have to take back that what I said about, you know, it being specific to Subaru, because great hero destroyed by Shala, everybody gets that, so it's not just Subaru. Only amateurs remember the names of the people they killed. Jesus. Like how Subaru's starting to vibe with her a bit. What? Just through melee. Yeah, she did mention she does not like Raid or the Divine Dragon. I already forgot its name. She mentioned she has not spoken to them in a long time, and Ram also said Raid died of old age. I mean, she went so far as to call him not human, effectively, even though he was. So, yeah. Honored forefeather of Reinhard. Yeah. Not everybody in the Von Estrella family are good people. Not everybody in that family are good people. Just take Heinko, for example. Though he's supposedly been through a lot. But still, even Reinhard himself is like so bound to duty that he discards emotions. We saw that with in last season with Wilhelm, Reinhard, and Wilhelm's wife. Jesus, I for some reason could not get her name in my brain. Jesus. That was it, Julius. It was like a Brad who never grew up. Ooh. Just about everyone was weak, so no matter who we fought. Look at it, Ken, now look at it. Look at it, Julius. Damn! It's okay, depend on her help being. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. What if Ashala is still involved? Ashala that doesn't need you to know this shot. Go back quicker, please. What if a Shala is still involved? A Shala that doesn't need you to know this Shala. What? Looking at the star in her hair. It was one of Betty's favorites. Oh. I love the triumphant music they're playing. How so? I still don't get what he saw or noticed. White sky asterism. Asterism? The fuck does that mean? Asterism is a recognizable pattern or group of stars in the night sky that is not classified as one of the 88 official constellations. White sky asterism. Is that it? No! Okay, there's an end credit scene. Dude, this is such a good episode. Oh my god. Had me yip-yapping a metric fuck ton. I'm so sorry, everybody. If this season's gonna continue being as it is, then that's gonna happen a lot. Yeah, I'm still not really sold on this ED song, to be honest. It's good, but I don't know. I maybe just hadn't really hit yet. I even listened to the full song and I still wasn't a huge fan. This ending part is good though, this little scene here, where it's all stripped away. Could ever solve this. They're destroyed by Shala. It's a star, that's why the title of the episode had to do with constellations. That also further proves that Flugel is from Earth. He made this tower, and he made this whole thing to get into the library, this whole exam, revolve around Earth's constellations. So, if you're not from Earth, you could never gain access. Unless you have someone from Earth with you, which is how Shala would be able to be in, because she was with Flugel. It's not a name of a person. Wasn't even referring. Is Shala also a name? Is Shala also... I don't know stars or constellations enough. Maybe I need to brush up on those, because it's been proven time and time again that they are very important in ReZero. Maybe I should brush up on that. I don't know. But is her name also a constellation? She does have, like, I mean, they aren't stars, but she's got like 3 little dots in her eyes. So maybe did Flugel like give her a name based off a constellation? Yep, there you go. There you go. And Subaru should now also get that Flugel is someone from Earth. Another one of those things only you know about. Yeah! Wouldn't say only me. Yep. Oh, okay. Shala is not a constellation. Shala is a star. Orion is a constellation, but then again, we're talking about asterism, which the definition, as I looked up, is literally something that's not within the 88 named constellations. So maybe Orion, isn't there like a, I don't know enough about space, but isn't there like an Orion belt? Is that what this is named after? Orion belt. Orion's belt is a famous asterism consisting of 3 bright, evenly spaced stars, Alnitak, Alnilam, and Mintaka, that form the waist of the Orion constellation, which in quotation says the hunter. Okay. Oh! Betelgeuse is in there. Rigel. Anyway, Orion's belt. It's named after, or the belt can also be referred to as Orion. Oh, Orion's belt is a part of the Orion constellation, which is called Orion the Hunter. That's the full constellation, but Orion's belt is a specific part of said constellation. Okay, that makes sense. Means needle. Or more specifically, a scorpion's tail. Her hair and her attacks. Her attacks are needles, her hair is a scorpion tail. And that's how Subaru figured it out, because she insisted so hard on the scorpion's tail, as well as the fact that her hair or her attack is needles. I see. Constellations are patterns of stars grouped to look like. Mm-hmm. So does Orion the Hunter look like a scorpion? Not really. Maybe I'm just not looking at it right. It doesn't look like that to me. Ah, does it form like the constellation? Oh my god. That's crazy. That's crazy that he was able to go up there and spot that. This is an impossible test, literally, for even people on Earth. If you don't know constellations, I would never have gotten this. The greatest splendor is actually a tricky way of putting it. Well, others flare up only occasionally. There we go. You'd pick Rigo because you hate Betelgeuse. So that should answer it, and we should be in the library. Or is it only going to take him? Does it only let the person who was successful in? Because we know Shala can go in there, supposedly. Or at least it was kind of implied that she could. Oh, we're all here. Okay. I guess maybe Shala just hasn't memorized which one to, or she's already passed the exam so she can get in. Holy shit. Good God. Good fucking luck finding our information here. Dear God. Where's the librarian? Help. Oh my God. Okay, close it out for whatever reason. I'll just go to the Crunchyroll version. That was such a good episode. Oh my god, I've been recording for an hour and 20 minutes, so I'm going to keep this ending short. Every theory and every piece of dialogue that I tossed out in this episode remains. I have some very broken theories that are just kind of minute possibilities for the time being. Such a good episode. Oh my god, that was such a lore-driven episode. I love every single aspect of it. If you guys have any clarifications that are not spoilers, of course, do not confirm or deny any theories I have. For the love of God, please let a man theory in peace. But if there's anything non-spoilery that you can clarify or help with, please do so. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys once again for the support on the last video. It was actually unreal how amazing that video did. The engagement with everybody was so good and all the above, and yeah. Thank you guys for that, but anyway, like I said, I'm gonna keep this ending short. I don't have too much else to add, so I think that is gonna wrap it up for my reaction to ReZero Season 4, Episode 4. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you all have a good day.